Dinner Conversations is brought to you by Food for the Hungry, an incredible relief and community development organization serving those with physical and spiritual needs around the world for 50 years this year.
Help us as we help our friends at Food for the Hungry save thousands of lives in Ethiopia today by considering a generous gift.
A gift that will be matched 22 times.
Your one-time gift will make an eternal difference. So visit fh.org/dinner to give now. What am I doing, you might ask? I'm driving a van with the crew because we're going to meet King Mark, who drove in on his bus, in South Alabama to see Mrs. Brenda Gantt, Cooking with Brenda. Everyone knows her. She's a Facebook, Instagram sensation. We've yet to reach that level here on Dinner Conversations, and that's why I'm in a charcoal minivan driving up now.
We are at the table of Brenda Gantt. That's Cooking with Brenda Gantt on Facebook. She's got 2.7 million followers.
I'm just behind you.
Yeah.
Are you?
And we are so excited to show you her kitchen, her life. This is an exciting place. I've been here before just to go to the Coddle House.
And she's teaching us how to cook. Us
She
old
is.
bachelors how to
Two
cook.
pies. I cooked 2 pies today.
You did?
There's one seat left at the table, and it's yours.
So let's join the conversation.
We are in the internationally famous Miss Cooking with Brenda Gantt on Facebook. Cooking with Brenda Gantt, G-A-N-T-T.
He's so good at that
And she is going to teach me how to make a pecan pie with Priester's pecans. These are very special Alabama pecans.
That's
correct?
right. That's right. That's right.
And I'm just Big
And
Mama
they're
helper,
good.
so you just tell me what to do.
All my kids, all my grandkids, come here, Banks. Let me. I only got one here tonight.
Hey, Banks.
Yeah.
This is my Banksy. We call her Banks. Anyway, this is what she calls me. What do you call me?
Big Mama.
Big Mama.
And then who says it's gonna be good, yo?
I say that.
That's
And
right.
everybody in America.
They know it.
I'll say it now.
Thanks, darling.
So
But
if you're
it-
not following Cooking with Brenda Gantt on Facebook, let me just tell you, I don't even know how I discovered her. But you are...
Well, I know. I remember. You got to craving a biscuit. And so he said, he told his friends, he said, we're fixed to go to Alabama. And, and they said, what are we going for? He said, a biscuit. Yeah. And I won't say exactly what they said, but they said, it better be good.
Yeah. We did. We came, a bunch of my friends from college came and stayed at the Coddle House, which is across the street that she and her husband, who's passed away, they started how many years ago?
The Coddle House, 96.
And you got to come stay. It's a riot. And she still comes over and cooks breakfast for the people staying in the Coddle House.
We do. We have scrambled eggs with bacon on top, and we have smoked link sausages, and we have a fried apple pie and biscuits.
Good for weight
and
loss?
And cheese grits. Yeah, it's real good for weight loss.
Well, what you got today? What are you going to help us make?
So we're going to make a pecan pie. So the first thing I want you to do, Mark, is to crack these eggs and try not to get a shell in it.
Okay, I'll do it.
And put that in there. We're going to stir that up.
Such a tender touch.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you what.
Y'all, I would like to say these are yard eggs, but they're not. We bought them.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get them at the Piggly?
No.
And that what
No, I didn't.
But that is kind of part of your thing, making the kitchen more accessible for people, right? They don't
That's
have to have
right.
chickens in their yard.
That's exactly right. All right, so let's kind of stir that around a little bit. You're supposed to tilt your bowl.
Oh, you are?
I knew
Okay.
that.
I didn't know
You knew
that.
I
that?
knew that, yeah. Give that
Look at there. How's that?
You're doing a great
Look
job.
how good I'm doing, y'all.
Let me do it a time or two.
Okay, you do it. You show me how to do it.
You got the eggs got to come up over like this.
Oh.
That's called whipping them, right?
That's whipping them. That puts more air in there, and it does better like that.
Okay.
All right, so next you're gonna put in your sugar.
Okay.
And y'all know that we had 3 eggs, but now we're going. So y'all will know this is coming out of my recipe book right here.
Yeah, show that. Show
I'll
that.
hold it
So
while you help.
no, we just let them see the
Okay,
picture.
okay.
They don't have to buy it. Look at it.
But you want to buy it, y'all. I've got one.
Anyway, so they're putting in now. He's putting in a half a cup of sugar. Tilt your bowl.
Oh, tilt my bowl.
Slow learner
Lord.
today.
Okay.
There you go. You're doing good now. You got it going.
Is that right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So even bachelors can cook, huh? You know, we're
yeah.
two old bachelors.
You wouldn't believe how many happy men I have in America. Listen, I had a lot of men that came over to the Cottle House, and they said, I am so happy. And I said, what you happy for? Because my wife is finally cooking after 50 years. And she's learned how to make biscuits. So, and they'll rub their bellies and say, this is a biscuit belly.
Did you tell them they could cook too?
Yeah, yeah.
Cook for their wives?
As a matter of fact, let me tell you this story. We got time to tell it.
Yeah, we got time.
This man went into the kitchen, y'all, and his wife was trying so hard to make biscuits like this, like I do. And she said, I just can't do it. My hand isn't working. He said, she had me on the video. She was watching me at the time. He said, just move over. I can do this. And so he moved over, and he made the biscuits, and they were delicious. So she said, and he said, that every Saturday he gets up and they have fresh biscuits every Saturday.
Nice.
You know, my dad cooked breakfast every Saturday. My mom cooked all week long.
And
Dad
he
did on
the
Saturday.
That's
right.
good. All right, so this is your corn syrup. And we've got, how much we got in there?
We've got-
We got a cup.
Right at a little bit over a cup, it looks like.
Well, it shouldn't. I measured
Is
wrong.
that-
Just pour it in there.
That's
All
safe
right.
for diabetics, right?
And yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, rake it out good with that so we can get all of it.
All the goodies.
All the goodie. That's what I call it.
I know. I follow you.
All right. He's doing a fine job here with that.
That makes me feel so good.
All right, now whip a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of a sloppy whip, isn't it?
Well,
All right, so you're gonna need you're gonna need a little vanilla flavoring,
Okay.
and we're gonna need a teaspoon. You want to do this?
I'll do it, sure.
Come on,
Now,
Amber.
just an even teaspoon, right?
Even teaspoon.
All right. Don't pour the whole thing.
Can you believe Brenda Gantt is teaching us how to make a pie?
No.
All right, that's
Most
good.
people have to watch her.
You know, a lot of people like pecan pie, but they think it's hard to do, and it's really one of the easiest pies.
Can I see that?
No.
She doesn't trust you.
All right, so this is it. That is your filling
Your
right
base.
there. Their base. And so now where you're going to pour out pecans, and it says
Let me
to
open
do
this.
a cup and a half. And these are the whole pecans right here, y'all. Let me show them to you. You see what I'm saying?
So don't get the halves.
And you want to make sure, well, you can get the ones that are already kind of cut up, but we're not going to do that today.
like
But
these better.
anyway, what I want to tell you is this. This has to be mixed in here. You don't just lay them pretty on the top, because if you do, your pecans will burn. It's got to have some of this goodie on it.
Okay.
So go ahead and pour it out a cup and a half.
Oh.
Woo. That's
Is
good.
that about it? Just a little bit more.
Well, let's do one for good measure.
Okay.
All right. And jump them in.
Put them in and stir it around.
All right.
Now, do measurements have to be exact? Like my mom always did exact measurements.
No.
They're when you're making cakes, pies, and cookies, you want to get as close as you can on measurements.
Okay.
But now that's the only time you need to be measuring something. Everything else, you just dump a little mayonnaise in, or dump a little squash.
By taste.
Handful of cheese. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Because if you measure everything you cook in life,
Yeah.
you're gonna hate the kitchen.
But when you put this together, you had to go in and measure.
I had to measure for everybody. It drove me crazy.
I bet it did.
All right, so y'all,
Okay.
being that Mark is not a professional cook yet, we decided to buy a pie shell.
Don't tell them, they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you
It-
usually make yours?
Yes.
Okay,
All
okay.
right, so anyway, so just pour that in there.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice, Mark.
Wait, I'm going to spread it
And
out.
we're going to cook this on a 350-degree oven. See how the let me hold that where he can see.
Oh, yeah.
See how the juice is over the pecans, so that's what makes it taste good. Okay.
That's good.
All right, I'm gonna pop this in the oven.
Do we lick that?
Some people do.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, I got something else in there. I got to get that out.
He wants to grab that?
I made a green bean casserole, y'all. Let me get that
Okay,
thing.
here you go.
They're
I'll get
gonna
out of the
eat
way.
with me tonight.
We are.
We are honored. This is the sacred kitchen.
It
Well,
is.
that we
this
have
is
been
a
allowed
green bean
into.
casserole we've got, and it's nice. It's gonna be delicious. We got us some cornbread over here, a ham. Come here and look at this. What else we're gonna have? Those are candied yams. Doesn't that look good? And our ham, my big old ham's in here. We got turnip greens and cornbread and sourdough bread and
Can
pepper
you do that
jelly.
without thinking
Huh?
about it? Do you just do that without, like, if I look at this and thought about having 11 people over here, how many are here tonight?
Oh, it's fine. It's all turned out good.
She can do it in her sleep.
I don't get it.
So y'all, we've got the pecan pie on. Did we turn?
Let's
I
see,
had
which
the
one?
oven already warm, but let me turn it back. All right.
350.
Yeah, 350. All right,
All right.
it's going. Now we're gonna make another pie. Since we've got 11 of us, we want another pie. So this time we're gonna make something that's real southern. This is called a buttermilk pie. And we're gonna turn the paper over, and it's in the recipe book too.
That you can purchase.
That's right.
Yes,
It's on back order.
You gotta.
Yeah.
You can pre-order it.
That's right.
That's right.
By the time
Okay.
this episode airs, there'll be more in stock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what we're gonna need on that? Let's see. We're gonna need vanilla. Let me get it back over here.
Oh, see, that's what I like.
Hey, we're gonna need a bowl again.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how it'd be just to
And a
use
pie
it.
shell.
Let's just use the same bowl. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
well,
I mean, a
I
little
love
syrup in
that.
a big fine.
Absolutely.
It's so good.
It does.
Okay, now what?
All right, so here we go. Buttermilk pie. You ready to mix?
I'm ready.
You ready to
Oh.
take him?
Okay, I'll critique. Yeah, you think
Okay.
he's got it this time?
Okay. All right.
Give me crack the eggs.
So I'll read the recipe.
Okay.
We need one pie crust.
Yeah, we do. There it is.
There's our
Okay.
homemade hot.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's not homemade. Okay. See, this is what y'all need to do in your kitchens with your babies so that, they can come out and cook and do some stuff. All right, so Mark, take your cup of sugar and put it in your bowl.
Okay.
And, must have been wet in there.
Ooh, that'll make some good.
All right, so then we're going to take 2 tablespoons. Now, this is white lily all-purpose flour.
Not self-rising.
No, all-purpose. And y'all, I call it plain.
Plain
That's
flour,
what I call
yeah.
it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Put that 2 tablespoons of that in.
All right.
Here's your something to stir around a
Okay.
little bit. Oh my goodness! Let me go put this in the microwave real quick. Y'all just continue to stir.
All right.
Melt that for us. Banks said she'd do it.
All
Banks
right.
is melting our butter. We've
Good.
got 2 tablespoons of butter in there.
All right.
I tell you what you can do while she's doing that. You can go ahead and put your eggs in.
Okay.
And it said to beat them, so beat
I'll
it
beat
in
'em
here.
first.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I had a lady up the road. She brought me some eggs. She said she had the prettiest chicken house in this country. And anyway, her eggs were green and blue and speckled and beautiful, beautiful eggs.
You didn't want him to crack them, did you?
No, I didn't. I mean,
You had some double yolk eggs for a while.
I did. I had those.
How does
too.
that happen? Is that like twins?
There you go, Mark.
Did I
Let's
do it
see.
all right?
Thank you, Banks.
Okay.
Thank you, Banks.
It's good to have a little helper in it. Okay, go ahead and put that in, and then you stir
Oh,
that.
sorry.
Look at his fingers, y'all.
Ooh, what is that?
Butter.
Butter. All right.
All right, let's see what else we got right here. All we got to put in now is the vanilla and the
All
buttermilk.
right, I got you. I'll
Really?
get vanilla, man.
Okay.
A teaspoon?
I've always wondered how to make this.
All right.
I
One
love
teaspoon.
buttermilk pie.
Yes.
Or what you got?
No, they put tablespoon.
What do you think?
I think it's table.
Okay. That's
Vanilla.
what I got a pie. There
Huh?
we go, tablespoon.
All right.
I'm trying to read my writing. Whoa.
That's a tablespoon.
mercy.
Is that too much?
You know, back in the olden days, women did this.
Oh, they
Oh.
did.
Did you know that, Banks? Who told you? Huh?
I've done it before.
You've
You
done
have?
it before.
Oh,
What for?
so she'd
Smell
smell
good.
good.
Big Mama told me about it one time and I tried
I smell like a
Do you meet any new boys at
I
school?
smell like a cookie, don't I? I smell like
You do. You smell like
Okay.
Christmas time.
All right, so we've got that. I think the last thing is the buttermilk. Go ahead and put that in.
Okay.
And that, tell them how much we got in there.
We have
I don't
one
know why
half
they make
cup
that like
of
that.
buttermilk. And if you don't have buttermilk, you can take sweet milk and add
Vinegar, they say.
vinegar.
But I always have buttermilk.
But I wonder if they have it everywhere in the country. Do you think?
Now, here's the good thing, y'all, about this pie. I bet y'all have every single bit of these items in your pantry, and if somebody pops in, you can always make a buttermilk pie.
Yeah, there was nothing complicated about any
No.
of this.
I can do it.
Now, Mark does make a pretty mean little chili.
Yeah, I make good
should
Well,
chicken.
he
that
makes a
Brand?
good taco, too. He made those for
Those
you.
didn't turn out as good as I hoped.
They were good.
You're so sweet.
All right, I guess that's ready. You got it. Let me do one
Okay,
good,
go ahead.
just for good measure.
All right.
I'm scared.
You're scared? She's scared, y'all.
Well, I want it to taste good.
Oh, I do too.
All right, so that's all it is. Now, so when we put these in the oven, y'all, when you take them out, is that sugar that didn't dissolve? What are you?
I don't know.
Yeah, kind of.
It'll dissolve in the
Can I
heat.
lick that?
You better not. Raw eggs. Raw eggs.
well,
Raw
I use-
eggs.
I make ice cream with raw eggs. I eat them.
Do you?
Oh, and eat
All right,
cookie
y'all,
dough.
listen. When we put this in, we're going to leave it about 30, 40 minutes, but it's got to have a slight jiggle. When you look in there and it just barely jiggles, it's done. Because if you cook it too long, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
So let me put this in.
Ready?
The good thing about making this is both of these pies cook on the same temperature, 350.
Oh, that is
So you could have and most pies do cook on that. So that's good. All right, so we've gotten all this done.
Yeah.
We're just going, after a while, I'm going to let Mark wash dishes.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
We do need
There we go.
We do need that. We need that.
And
We need some footage
that'll
of
be a
that.
good thing.
Dinner Conversations is brought to you by Food for the Hungry, an incredible relief and community development organization serving those with physical and spiritual needs around the world for over 50 years now.
And at this very moment, Food for the Hungry is helping restore dignity and hope in the lives of thousands of families in the Dira district of Ethiopia. Men, women, and children who have been exposed to unimaginable environmental and population hardships, resulting in starvation and abysmal living conditions, including unclean water, poor hygiene habits, and inadequate sanitation, escalating the transmission of preventable waterborne diseases and causing severe illness and unnecessary death, especially among children.
But with our help today, that's you and us, Food for the Hungry is providing 15 area schools with proper latrines, hand washing facilities, and healthy hygiene training. This will save people's lives. Don't you want to be a part of that? I do. I have 17 places to wash my hands in my home. And TV preachers, I've seen them say, plant your seed, plant your seed. Well, let's talk about the soil. This is good soil. You don't want to plant your seed throwing tomato seeds out on Interstate 40. Don't expect tomatoes. You better make sure the soil is good.
I love, Mark, that we get to be a part. You give today and join Food for the Hungry and us in the long-term development of thousands of families by providing clean water, health and hygiene training, hand washing stations, and life-saving latrines.
And don't forget, your gift will once again be matched 22 times when you give specifically at fh.org/dinner.
So that means $50 will become $1,100, $100 becomes $2,200, and a gift of $1,000 becomes $22,000. These communities' needs are urgent, and our help is crucial in transforming today's despair into tomorrow's hope. So give today, because your generous gift to Food for the Hungry will literally help save lives.
So donate today at fh.org/dinner. Did you know that at dinner-conversations.com we have a store We have been around long enough to produce products.
That you want.
You want this, a dinner conversations mug to hold your 8 ounces of coffee in the morning or
not
less.
big.
And then one, if you want to look at us, see how intellectual I look with my glasses.
You look like you're judging me.
Well, I am. It gives me that intellectual look.
We also have DVDs full of all of our episodes and a bunch of bonus content you can't find anywhere else. We've got this season 1 DVD with all kinds of guests like Sandy Patty and Shonda Pierce and Point of Grace. And we've got this season 2 DVD set. I mean, these are tons of discs. Kathy Lee Gifford, Montel Jordan, Scott Hamilton, Amy Grant, and you know what else we have? What? We have the songs from the set CD where we sing a little bit together, but also you'll hear a lot of songs from people like Russ Taff and the Isaacs, some of our very favorites. You can find all of that at dinner-conversations.com. Where did you first learn to cook? Who taught you to cook?
My mama. And she married at 17 years old, and she didn't know how to cook. So Daddy's mother and his aunts taught my mother, and my mother taught me. And the way she taught me was this. She always made me be in the kitchen. Well, even when I was little, she would put me in there, and she'd say, stir this, or set the table, and you see it happening. You see it like that, you know. Let me stir it a little bit.
And she also said you're the messiest cook, right?
She did. She said, Brenda, you're the messiest thing. Well, actually, she told me I'd mess up a 2-car funeral. But she said it tastes good. So.
Yeah, that's all that matters. I love the story of how this all happened. I want you to tell these sweet people watching how you got to where, from just being Big Mama to 2.7 million followers on Facebook. Okay. Tell me.
All right. So, y'all, my husband had dementia. So I took care of him for probably a year or two, a long time. But anyway, after he passed away, some guys in my church, and they're millennials, they asked me to do a little cooking show for, not cooking show, cooking lessons.
A video?
Yeah. No, just they were going to pay me for their wives to come to my house to learn how to cook. Cool. And so...
Wait, they were going to pay to have their wives
come learn how to cook? He's going to pay her to teach the wives.
So anyway, you know, and they know how to cook. It's just they wanted something fattening, I guess. You know, the millennials eat healthy. So anyway...
Be careful,
I know. So I told them, I said, I ain't got time, y'all. I ain't got time. So one day, I was going to cook dinner or lunch for Banks and her sisters. I do that every Sunday. So I decided I'd cook some biscuits. I stuck my hand down in the bowl, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to video this. So I held my phone like that. And, well, actually, I'm right-handed. I did like this. This was my phone hand.
Right.
I made the biscuits with one hand. I pat them out, cut them out, put them on the little thing. I said, y'all, this is simple. You can do it. And so we put it on my Facebook page, and I had about 500 followers, mostly church folks, and I guess everybody shared it. And so because of that, within 2 weeks, it hit 1 million views. And here's the thing. The Lord did that. I had no plans. I had no plans to have a cooking show. I had no plans to teach anybody how to cook. But I did that day, and that's showing that God opens doors for people. If you walk in, you're blessed. But some people don't walk in. And one day, this door too will be closed, and He'll open another one.
Right.
For whatever.
But you prayed a prayer, right?
Yes. I prayed that the Lord would help me to be a good influence on people and to be helpful and show me what I needed to do, because I had been tending to my husband, and I felt kind of like in a daze, I guess you'd say. You didn't know what you're supposed to do with your life, and I wanted to be helpful.
And I think everybody watching, pray that prayer.
That's right.
Lord, please let me be helpful. Let me bless someone today.
That's right.
I think that is the most incredible prayer. And I tell people about you in my concerts sometimes. Any age, it's right. But especially if you're now a widow, which many of you watching probably are, because I have a lot of single women following me that are widows. and never married and that type of
Well,
thing.
they have to get out. You've got to get out and see what doors are opened. And so my prayer is that we could be a light for those that need a light. And
do you feel like a lot of people in that kind of age range of whatever 65 plus who are finding themselves maybe at a retirement age, or maybe they are widowed, like Mark was saying,
and
or
they've
widower.
given up their job.
Yeah, do you feel like a lot of them feel an aimlessness? Are you hearing that from people that they're finding new motivation?
Yes, I am. And a lot of the gifts that people have been sending me, great things. Some of them are painters. Some of them are book writers. Some of them sew, or they knit and they crochet and they make crafts and they do all this fine stuff. And some of them are cooks. They just watch me to be with me. They already know all this stuff. You know, they're good cooks. And so I do find that. But, you know, we all have a purpose.
Right.
Everybody. Bakes has got a purpose too.
Yes.
I've heard you talk about how, I saw this in an interview, which was a great interview, and they were talking about, you know, people who don't really, like my generation and below, millennials and below, don't really know what to do with the kitchen. We're kind of intimidated by it because we've always had food at our fingertips going out.
Right.
So you're kind of helping instill in us, it doesn't have to be difficult, it doesn't have to be hard, but it is important.
Yes,
right?
it is. It's important because during the pandemic, I had one lady that wrote in and she said, I have had to cook 3 meals today. Well, in the olden days, that wasn't anything. You cooked breakfast, you cooked dinner, and you cooked supper, you know, and that was, but she was in shock because you couldn't go out and get any chicken fingers.
Don't you think, though, living in Andalusia where there's really nowhere to eat?
There's a Subway.
We've got a few.
I mean, there's not as many.
Well, I know as big towns, but listen, I will say this: our restaurants are good.
Yeah.
And I will say this: they're always crowded.
Yeah.
Because you don't have so many,
Have
and
you thought
everybody
about
goes.
starting one?
Everybody's asked me to, but
Miss Brenda's.
But I'm not, because you got to be married to a restaurant.
Yeah, you do.
You're married to it. I mean, it's full time.
Well, where do you see all this going? Do you think you're going to run out of recipes?
Oh no.
Really?
Why is that?
Well,
Where do they come from?
Well, I made one up the other day, and everybody loved it. I told them to name it.
What was it? What was it?
Well, I hadn't named it yet.
Well, what was in it? What was in it?
I tell you what, I went to the beach with all my girlfriends. And so when we got home, you know, when you go off and you look in your refrigerator, there's nothing there because you cleaned it out before you left. But I saw, I had 3 apples, I had some bacon, and I had some butter. So I split my apple open and I cored it out, and I put brown sugar in it. I put a pat of butter on top, some cinnamon and cheese. Then I got my bacon and I wrapped it around the apple, put it in a casserole dish and baked it. It was so good.
I bet.
The bacon was real crispy and the apple was tender. So I mean,
What are we going to name that? Let's have a contest.
We already did.
Oh, what'd you do?
I didn't. I hadn't picked it, but there must have been maybe 200 or 300 names. They were all good.
People called it, wrote it.
I told them. I said, "Y'all help me name
see.
it." So if I need a name for it, I'm gonna pick one of the names.
Nice. Well, you will need a name for it.
Now, why do you think it's important that we're about to go eat, you've prepared this beautiful meal for
A banquet.
us, and there's 11 of us here, and we're gonna go sit down around that big table that your husband made, you know, from wood here in the area.
Right.
Why do you think it's important that we gather around the table and food as a motivator for that?
Because we bond. We bond. That is how you bond. When Banks and them come over here on Sundays, we sit around the kitchen table because we can all fit around it. And we sit there, we talk, we bond together.
And I love the way you
And
pray
so,
before the meal. Y'all stand. I was here.
We
one
always hold hands.
Yeah, I was here once. You know, me and my Fab Five from college. We go on a trip about twice a year. Well, we chose to come to the Cottle House because we were hoping we'd meet Brenda, and she, of course, came over, and then we sang together. She had never sung really in public.
No.
And but what a fun time that was around your table, and I loved how y'all got up, and every Sunday they stand up around the table, hold hands, and pray, and I was in this circle, and I loved it.
It's like the dinner table is kind of more like church.
Right.
In a lot of
and-
places, you know.
You know, if I were talking to the people out in Facebook land, which I guess I am now, here's what I would say. Don't bring your cell phone to the table. turn them off and at least sit there 10 minutes after you finish eating and discuss something and talk. I know when my kids were little, we had those phones that went on your wall, you know, when you picked it up.
The cord?
Had a cord. So you just took the phone, you took that part off, laid it down, and, you know, nobody could call.
Right.
And we'd say, did y'all take the phone off the hook?
Yeah.
And we took the phone off the hook. And they would say, I said, we're going to sit here and talk. And they said, oh, Mama, what are we going to talk about? I said, I don't know, but something will come up, and it always does. So I know people out there today, they're so busy, but y'all need to find a time. And one of the stories in my book is about my daddy working till 11 o'clock at night, but he always got up in the morning and ate breakfast with us because to him that was important, you know, because he wasn't there at supper because he was at work. But we had breakfast. That was our meal to be together. So it doesn't matter what meal.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're eating together.
Was your mother a talker like you? Have stories?
Yes.
And stuff?
Yes.
And your daughter, Hannah, is your mini-me. I mean, the smile is the same.
Oh, my goodness. Well, anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what captured me with you is when I opened up and you're right in my face on Facebook. Hello, Facebook friends. I was hooked because you lure people, and God has given you a gift.
Well,
to
thank you.
reach people, touch them, and they feel like they know you. I felt like I knew you before I got here. I mean, I literally am a fan of this lady.
Well, you know, I think that people, they have told me that they connect with me, and they said, who's filming you? Are you talking to... I said, no, I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm talking to my people that are watching.
Yeah, it's just your phone on a tripod, right, or whatever, on a little.
You don't have your thing, right? It's
No, I
she has an oatmeal
box
that she sticks her some sort of holder for her camera, and she moves it around. Y'all, this is low tech, I'm telling you, but it works.
It does.
2.7 million of you are watching.
Oh my!
Tell me this. Okay, you cooked for years for your kiddos. How many kids do you have?
2.
Okay, for your 2 kids, and then cooked for your husband for years. Do you find that cooking is a connection still even to your husband now that he's gone?
Yes. Cooking is he loved my cooking, and the only difference is it's just me here, but I still cook. Like I'll just steam me a cabbage and cook a quick pan of cornbread or something. So I eat.
Yeah.
I have to eat.
And you cook just for yourself too sometimes.
I do.
See, that's what's hard for a lot of people to cook for
Well,
one.
some people are doing it now because I told them to.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
don't
right.
don't just get in there and fix some cereal. Cook you something.
Yeah.
Right.
It kind of like there's some self-worth to that or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like if I take the
enjoyment,
time.
just, just to eat. You know.
We eat so fast, though. I'll find myself standing up, making something, because I like to eat healthier food. So I'll do it out of my fridge. But I'll sit here and just eat it.
Well, you're alone. What difference does that make? I mean, really,
Because I'm of value and worth. And my parents were visiting me these past couple weeks, and my mom said one time, because I was getting ready to leave, she said, why don't you sit down and enjoy that meal?
That's right.
And there is something to that kind
There
of
is.
connects us even then.
You need to always listen to your mama.
yes.
That's
I wish I could listen
That's
to
the
mine.
takeout with that. That's right.
Yeah.
What I love about your program, I even watched the one that was like an hour long, your whole day from morning till night. And
They all like that.
And you ended up in bed having a Bible study. That's how it ended with her night devotions.
That's
and
cool.
I just followed that whole day. But you always end your shows with something about Jesus, it seems like.
Well,
And I love that.
he's the reason. That's
is.
all I can say. He is the reason for
Yeah.
life itself.
Absolutely. The Bible is the foundation of our theology. We would not know of Jesus if it weren't for the Bible. We wouldn't know about grace. We wouldn't know about how God cares for us. And there is a new Bible out called the Abide Bible. You know how Jesus said, if you abide in me as I abide in my Father, and we abide in each other, and it's just a continual feed off each other. And what I like about this Bible is it's asking us to go deeper.
Yeah, it's taking an approach to the Bible from being just simply informational to really being invitational. So there's a lot of prompts in this Bible to journal alongside scriptures. It gives you opportunity to pray certain scriptures at different seasons of your life, to meditate on the scripture. There's beautiful artwork in here that's really cool because it's not just like some kind of Sunday school artwork. They're using like Da Vinci and beautiful pieces
And
of
Van
plastic
Gogh.
to really just get us to imagine, to be able to use all of our senses as we enter into Scripture so that we really step into the story of Scripture, not just see it as words on a page, but as part of a living, breathing, active part of our lives. And you know what? I asked my brother one time, who's a pastor, I said, why is the Bible so important? And he said, exactly what you said a second ago, because it is the greatest written revelation of who God is. And so it gives us the opportunity to know God, but also to be a part of God's story. That's the Abide Bible.
So go to abidebible.com to get your copy today.
Hey, y'all, our pies are ready.
Oh, good.
Now, if they're not good, it's not my fault. It's these two men.
Yeah,
But they look delicious.
they do.
All right, there's our pecan
Look
pie.
at that pecan pie I made.
And here's your buttermilk pie. I know it doesn't look as tempting, but it's going to be delicious, y'all. As I say, it's going to be good, y'all.
Yeah.
right.
And any of y'all get with nothing to do, you can come clean out my oven one day.
Is it filthy?
Well, I don't know. I cook in it all the time. It's kind of hard to keep it clean. Anyway, these look really good. And here's the thing about both of these pies. They do not need refrigerating. So you could make these the day before Thanksgiving, leave them out. I just put a cake dome on top of mine to kind of keep them,
Keep the flies off.
Well, we don't have flies in Andalusia.
You are gnats.
No, we don't. We got gnats. Yeah.
Look at that, Chris. Wow.
So anyway, this is it. Hope y'all enjoy.
Did you do this while mowing the lawn? Isn't that your favorite pastime?
She still mows the grass around here.
Are they still videoing?
Well, they'll go on and on. Why do you mow the grass?
Because it's relaxing. You can get on the lawnmower and sing. George used to sing on the lawnmower. He sang on the tractor. Banks sings in the shower. We're a singing bunch.
All right, let's sing. Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer that calls me from a world of care and bids me at my Father's throne, makes all my wants and wishes known. Oh, I've sung twice with Brenda Gantt.
She's a good singer.
All right, y'all, here we go.
All right,
That's it now. Let's go eat.
Greens, yams, green bean casserole, cornbread. Look at that.
Mark over there doing dishes.
Great. We share a dog. Goes between two months.
You're cool.
Come here, Banks, and be with me in the ending. I want you. She's got her hair all curled
Look at
up.
that,
Pretty.
get in.
Look, come here, this pretty thing.
Are you going to be doing this one day?
Oh, she already
Oh,
came.
you already
Do you
cooked,
think
huh?
you can take over for Big Mama?
Well, hang on now. Currently, I'm Big Mama. So
Thank you for watching Dinner Conversations. Don't forget to subscribe and then ring that bell and get all notifications.
And don't forget to like us or dislike us.
No.
Nah, don't do that. Leave comments, talk about what's resonating in your life from these conversations, and join us next time for Dinner Conversations with
Mark Lowry,
and Andrew Greer,
turning the light on.
one question at a time.
Dinner Conversations is brought to you by Food for the Hungry, an incredible relief and community development organization serving those with physical and spiritual needs around the world for 50 years this year.
Help us as we help our friends at Food for the Hungry save thousands of lives in Ethiopia today by considering a generous gift.
A gift that will be matched 22 times.
Your one-time gift will make an eternal difference. So visit fh.org/dinner to give now.